Big up to everybody. Me a deep dive straight into this one, pause. Because I feel say this year one year, when we want to talk about, very necessary. So me have to address that one here, It's very crucial. And it's very current too. So let me start now. Boy, Britain, right it is in a terrible, terrible, terrible state. Jaja. And me I say that with chest too. All what there, me I drive my car, figure about pan some little runnings, run some little errands. Me drive around the corner and drive through an area in your Bartley Green. And when we drive through the area, we bust the corner upon one long straight road. And it have one roundabout in the middle as you get near the end, sir. You talk about 200, 300 yard road now. Right down the road on the left and the right hand side when me see, me couldn't believe me eye to clot bumper. Me just see a sea of British flags all the way down the road. On every single lamppost, not one lamppost never have a flag on there, Why when I tell no lie, it send me back in time. When me say it send me back in time, there will be people who don't understand what that mean. But as a person of color, a black man, most black people are ethnic people, Asian people too, will understand where I come from. Because when you see them flag there back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, say when you see a flag like that, as a black man back then, say that area is a no-go area. You cannot go through there, so. Yeah, not to no lie. No-go area. If you go through there, that the area is controlled by people with racist mindset, white British people. Not to no lie. They usually, back then, used to be a part of the National Front. We used to call them NF for short. Yeah. The skinhead them mainly consist of football fans in the local areas. And if you go through there as a black person, boy, sir, if you come across them people there, to say you would get beat up is the least of your problem. Jaja. And me I talk about, even if you're a young youth, primary school youth, British white man, in them 30s and 40s, will come out and attack you and possibly beat you to death or even stab you where it end up being fatal. Not true me attack. If you don't believe me, go do your research. Because the truth me attack. But anyway, we get back to the point. You see them see a flag there when we see on every lamppost in this area and we it send me back to a point when me PTSD react and if you stop me car. Yeah man, true thing. Because you see when you get racially abused, especially as a black man, back in the days, and you come across a situation where it look like how it used to look back then, or feel like how it used to feel back then, or sound like how it used to sound back then, it trigger you. Make your heart start beat like African Congo drum, very fast, frantically. Make you start sweat, make you start get hot. Then your mind start to go 1,000 miles per hour, and you start worry. And you start wonder if NF reform and come back again, Because to what me I see now in Britain, scary times we live in. Scary times coming like the government them. I pump up people with false information. And information where incite a reaction between different groups and demographics of people. Black v white, white v Asian. Yeah man, peer division are going right about now even in England. The man them a fight over religion to blood cleat. Yeah, I kid you not. Our religion them argue about. White British man, I get angry with Muslim man. Muslim man, I get angry with white man. And me swear say, the two of them to do better. Because the problem them where them a fight about is a situation between two countries. Palestinian thing, Israel thing. Jano, sad for see what go on down there so still. But me tend to keep my opinion to myself because that is a very touchy thing. And true, me don't know about the in-depthness of what I go on down there so. Me don't really speak about it because if you speak about it and you get it wrong, You make yourself look like an idiot. That's number one. Number two, you misrepresent when people are go through people pain. You understand? And we now try to represent myself like that. So we just keep out of it. And the next thing as well is a subject where it's very sore. So if you speak about it, and you not choose the right side, and you voice it too much, for your channel get shadow ban. Yeah. And then pull your channel down. Or, if they even find out which part you're there, it start impact your job, impact your living situation, impact your family. I'm not have time for none of that, no blood cleat. But when we get to the point again, come here, I lose track. So in Birmingham, you have areas like What Should Eat, Alumbrack. All of these type of area, predominantly Asian. And when we drive through them area there, you see Palestinian flag. I hang up and they post them. Not as much as what the British flag them all of a sudden seem to surface in the local area them. Through the Palestinian flag them get put up. Me feel say British white people believe say the Palestinian flag will go up to send a message that the area is governed by Muslims, Asian Muslims. Me feel say that's what white British people believe, you know. Like a hidden agenda behind the campaign for the Palestinian them. So now what you get in response is through them flag them up, and certain people, white British people, feel intimidated or upset, angry, frustrated with the fact that them the flag a fly high up on the pole in the area there. Them a react and them a say Birmingham City Council now take down them flag them a gonna put up for them own a flag because for them country. So the British white man them a put up the Union Jack and the St. George's flag in response in the areas them what is predominantly white British. You couldn't make up this shit if you try. Now for me, as a black man, it's very scary. Very, very scary. Me not lie to you. Me not feel no shame at all when me say that. Very scary. Because the same way we talk about the Palestinian flag them, the British white people them feel say there is a hidden agenda. That I make the white British people know say in them area where the Palestinian flag a fly, a Muslim man area, and them govern them area there. It's the same thing when me feel I go on with the British flag, I go up now. Same hidden agenda with British white people I make. Everybody knows that them area there governed by white British people. And them patriotic and them proud. And to some extent, me not say there is anything wrong with that, you know, because I feel them country. Even the Palestinian flag them, where I go up, me not say that the flags them shouldn't go up neither. But you don't need so many over there, sir. And the government, the police, the system need to make sure that any hidden agendas is under strict control. You understand? But it's scary times. We can't stress it enough. And me I see videos where I fly wrong on TikTok. Many of them, loads, full up on the algorithm to blood cleat. British people go to hotel and I chase out migrant. So the hotel them can't host the migrant them anymore. Protest outside the hotel, you know. Migrant them lock up in there. While the British white people them outside a clash with the police. Very serious. And some of them video have a lot of people I talk about the migrant them I come here so to take them jobs. Or they will come here so to grape off for them picnic. So for them campaign them I talk about safety with kids. Which me overstand to some extent. But the hypocritical thing about that is they were demand say the immigrants them get sent back. Them get deported out of England. But if them do them research, they will understand say England, Britain has always been a country where depend heavily upon immigrant. Heavily upon immigrant. There is no doubt about that. Everything about Britain, respectfully, everything is dependent on immigrants coming here, so to work, bring them skill set to the country, even to breed, make picnic because the British population is not breeding enough. Even the resources, food, petrol, every resource you can think about is not British resources, is foreign resources. If England never take the resources from elsewhere, England never have input from immigrants, the country would economically crash. It would not survive. And me do my research. If you don't believe me, go up on Google and ask Google. And Google will tell you. And Google is a control search engine. It not like to make things look bad against the system, so it will give you an answer where it feels safe. But even for them safe answer will tell you what me I say. So when they try fast to immigrant them out now, they must say, like me said earlier, safe we pity them. They want them kids to be safe, which any parent would want that. We're not telling like. But there is a false narrative painted out there on social media by the system, on the British media, that the foreign people that will come here are rapists and life for trouble picnic, which me now gonna be bold enough to say that none of the immigrant them have that kind of problem, because human being, you will always have people who are righteous and do wrongs in any demographic of people. But the hypocritical part about it is, in the UK, statistically, white British men have always been the biggest perpetrator when it comes to sexual abuse of children. The last time we looked on the chart, white man did lead when it comes to being perpetrator of child sexual abuse of children. Next down, Asian Pakistani, them down lower. Look how wide that the margin is there. But yet, the British white people, them, are paint out this narrative. Immigrant them want trouble them children, when really and truly when it comes to children's safety against sexual abuse, is the white man them more have to worry about. Not all, because some white man not do them thing there. But still them is the leaders on the chart when it comes to being a risk towards picnic, young picnic. And if you want to talk about stats, you have to understand, say, even the fact that we're in England. Remember, say the white people them is the majority of people on the land. So of course for them numbers is going to be significantly higher. But to be high by that much is a travesty. Crazy numbers them. No sir, that no good. No good at all. Some feel say the white British man them is not being authentic for them cause, and them allow the media to spin up them head and take them to a different place where them move crazy. And them flag there, fly around, all these hotel protesting, all this narrative, say immigrants them want job and want benefit. Out of 100% of benefit claimants in the UK, say white people make up 76.2% when it comes to being the claimants of universal credit in the UK. So the narrative where I get painted out there is wild and very inaccurate. And I don't want people to believe so when I do this thing here, I try to attack British people, I not try to do that, but me is an honest somebody. And if me make content, I go talk the truth, because I need to open my eyes. I not spread no false narrative like what the rest of them I do. People need to know the truth. And if you understand what I go on, and if them don't believe in me I saying any of this, do your own research. Find out for yourself, you're welcome. I not play them game there. So me do understand British people concerned to some extent, but them need to understand, say, them is being tricked into a false belief of what I go on. And it has spark up problems. And now we look like we're on the cusp of a racial war with this flag versus flag business are go on. This anti-immigrant protest business are go on. It no look very good. And if them not careful and them the narrative keep get spread by the media and the government sit down and allow them things to happen, we can see Britain go up in a flame soon, You're going to get racial war or religious war. And even religious war, me hear the British people them attack against Islam. I am not a Muslim. But you have to respect people thing, mutually. Yes, that me believe. But when me hear the British people in talk against Islam and I try to talk about this is a Christian country, them right. Me not say that them not right. Them right. Very right. However, just a few years ago, we see many British people on social media and in person when me know would dismiss Christianity and dismiss belief or faith in God. All of a sudden, when the Muslim man them, I do them thing, and I take for them thing more seriously than enough of the Christian people them we see. All of a sudden, you resort to this is a Christian country. You can't talk that talk there if you don't practice for your thing. It don't make no sense. There's a lot of hypocritical things going on in England. And England soon crash land. Like a plane will fall from the sky if you're not careful. Very dangerous times we are living now. So me I go talk about the solution now because I feel the solutions is something we need to be discussed and addressed when you talk about the problems the way you see. So me I talk from a standstill when it comes to Birmingham. If you know me know so the flag thing has spread out and it reach London and all other parts of the UK. But me I talk about specifically with Birmingham from what me see. Birmingham City Council need to take the decision to remove all flags. Take all of the flags them down, the Palestinian flag them and the British flags them down. Take them all down. And the reason why I say that is because he's not against any flag from flying to some extent. But the thing I get out of hand. Coming like a show of power. And in the midst of this show of power, you are trigger, upset and scare people who is not involved. And it is not fair upon the other people who is not involved. Some feel say if you remove all of the flag them, take the political message them off of the street. You understand? And calm things down. One rule need to be enforced. And that the one rule need to stand for everybody. You cannot make the British man them take down the Union Jack or the St. George's flag and leave the Palestinian flag them flying. And you cannot do it the other way around neither. It needs to be one rule for everybody. It's as simple as that. And until you do that, you now get back control again. Very simple. You now get it back. Uncle Cuthbert said that.